Hey guys, Dale White here, project manager and estimator for the Wm.T.Spaeder company. Today we're at the UPMC Park, home of the SeaWolves, and I'm going to kick off a project that we just got done, the LED retrofit. I'd like to give a special thanks before I get going here to Erie Events for the opportunity to bid on this project, the Erie SeaWolves and groundskeepers for having us, accommodating us in any way they could and working around our schedule, and Musco Stadium Lighting for putting a great product together, and the engineering on it was spot on. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm going to break this down into 5 phases of how this project went down. We have the logistics part, phase 1. We have the fabrication in the shop, phase 2. We have phase 3, which will be 50 foot and below. Phase 4, which is 50 foot and above. And then obviously testing and commissioning. So phase 1, Musco Lighting. They sent 3 semis down to our shop. I got with my warehouse guys, 4 of us. We unloaded it, we checked it in, and we stored it inside 3 40-foot Connex boxes. I'm going to turn this over to Brent. He's going to explain some of the processes during the fabrication part of this and assembly.
Hi, my name's Brent Fuller. I'm a foreman with Spaeder, working at the UPMC Stadium SeaWolf lighting. We're working on prefabbing the lights, putting everything together at the shop. We have 2 trees here on galvanized steel, setting up the pre-positioned lights from Musco Company. Each light is specific with numbers and poles, so we know where everything goes, and they're all supposed to be lined up with minimal adjustments on site whenever they get mounted in the air. We have 6 poles. They're all roughly about 100 feet tall. So it'd be pretty hard to install all these on the pole, which is why we're doing it in a controlled environment at the shop.
Once we got all those built, we skidded them and we set them in our yard, getting ready for delivery down to the site. So Musco and all the stadium lights he's ever done, 40 some years, he said no one has ever built the lights inside their shop. He kind of questioned it, why we would do such a thing. So when he flew in, it was 30 degrees, it was snowing out. I said, well, 1, it's not snowing inside here. And then 2, once he started seeing us skid it and stuff, he's like, this is actually kind of cool. He goes, how are we getting him to site? I said, well, you'll have to come back for that one. All right, phase 3. So phase 3 is 50 foot and below. There's quite a bit of work that still needs to be done in those phases. So 50 foot and below, you start off with the antenna at 50 feet. Hand hole needs to be welded. And then down below that, there's a ball tracker light. The ball tracker lights shine up, allow the outfield to be able to see the underside of the ball, which is a new feature to these poles actually. And then down below, you have all the old ballast boxes for the old stadium lights. Those all have to be removed, and then new LED drivers and boxes need to be reinstalled. Right, and now I'm going to go back in time so that you can see some of the stuff that we had to do, and then Brent will explain what he was doing.
Today, past couple of days, we've been mounting these clips to the pole. We have to weld in 4 spots. That will give us the opportunity to hang all of our new LED drivers and control boxes. We also have these hand holes to weld on with a clip in the inside that will give us a cable support, like a relief, to hook onto the inside of that. They all get welded in the poles. These are getting welded in at 50 feet to support the new ball tracker lighting cables. And then here's a larger hand hole that gets welded in for us to be able to reach in the pole, get some more clearance for wiring and stuff like that for the new devices that are getting installed. We're installing 6 sets of ball tracker lights throughout the stadium that will actually shine up in the air, and then each pole, all 6 poles, will get new LED lights on top that will shine down on the poles. Weather, I think today was -17 with the wind chill. Taking breaks and keeping bundled up, lots of hydration, hot hands, anything we can use to help us work a little bit longer and stay warm.
All right, phase 4, 50 foot and above. So on these poles, there are sections. They're actually built in sections. You can actually take the top section off, which has the lighting on it. So that's what we had to do, is we had to cut open very carefully without going through the other side of the pole, and we had to basically peel off the top slip fit. Then the crane could pick it up and we could set it down on the ground. At that time, while they were doing that, one of our electricians was in one of our trucks with a trailer, and they brought the lights on from our site to the new site. At that point, the crane would lift up the new lights. We would have our guys up in a 135-foot basket, and we would set down the new pole over top of the light, and the guys would have to pretty much thread the needle to get it coming down onto that. The cool thing about these lights is once you get it down on the pole, it actually has a laser that's built onto it, and that laser has to directly line up with home plate. You're allowed a 3-foot window each way. I will say that 99% of them got right onto the home plate, and it kind of showed with our lighting levels at the very end there. Once that's done, you basically can put the RGBW lights on, which is the bottom row on all the lighting poles. That's your red, green, blue, white. They also do other colors like cyan, purple, pink. All right, phase 5 here. I'm standing right now in the SeaWolves press box. This is where all the magic happens. And then this is where they'll be able to control all the lighting from. So phase 5, we checked the system out. We started the system. We commissioned the system. There is a interface here that looks like a computer screen. That is how you turn the lights on. That is how you do all your dimming effects, your lighting effects, your color lighting effects. And then this is all attached to a master controller. All right, now that I've kind of showed you and told you how the system communicates with itself, I've got Jason Doherty here. He's the Director of Entertainment for the Erie SeaWolves, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about the control part of it and what he has to do to make the effects work for the fans.
Hi, yeah, for a normal basis now, for turning on the lights, for anytime we score or if there's a really exciting play, all the light controls come from this screen right here. It sits right next to our video board computers as well, so everything you see on the screen and the lights gets controlled from right up here. So anytime you see the lights turn into a rainbow effect, color chase, just random lights that are flashing whenever something exciting happens during the game, it gets all controlled from up here.
All right, that's all for the UPMC Park project. Don't forget to buy a ticket, come out and see the SeaWolves and see the new lights. Thanks, guys.